Okay, Tom, so for the last few weeks you've been hovering around the low 60s. Let's see if we can get that extra 10 marks this time that you need to get into the 70s. Meters, litres, kilometres, kilograms, 59. Full marks on the first page. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Full marks on the next page. Right, this is a calculator paper, remember, which means you can use the fraction button on your calculator. So you want to find out what's equal to 0.4. So let's take the first one. Here's the fraction button. Put a 10 over 25, press equals. Press the SD, this button here, SD, turns it into a decimal. 10 over 25 is 0.4. Do the next one. 1 over 4, 0.25, it's not. Do the next one. 4 over 15, 0.26, it's not. That one is right. 5 over 20, oops, 0.25, it's not that one. So you've got 1 out of the 2 there. That's correct, and so is that. 3, 4, 10 for the page. That is 8, that is 11, 12 and 4. Times the previous number by 4. Yes, but that's not a word. Thought you wouldn't make that mistake again. That's correct, that's correct, that's correct, that's correct. This one, 75 takes 6v. Remember in algebra, the 6 and the v are joined by a times. We don't write it in because it looks like an x. So when we replace the v by a number, we do write it in. So that's going to be 6 times 8. You work out the times first, then you do the takeaway. 2, 4, 6 there, 7 there, 13, 4 on the page. Correct, 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 good stuff. And that's brilliant as well. Full marks on that page. Well done, Tom. Okay, this one, no, this isn't what you need to do. They're telling you that each square has got an area of 25. Now to work out the area, you multiply the length by the width. And they're the same thing because it's a square. So what times itself equals 25? Hopefully you know 5 5s are 25. So the sides of my square are 5s. So that's a 5. So I now know the height of my rectangle is 10. It's telling me the diameter, right? Diameter, you need to know, means the distance across the center, is the same as the side of each square. So I know that that's 5. So I know that that's 5 because it's the diameter of a circle. That's 5 because it's a square, circle, square, circle, square. So I can now work out the length of my rectangle. It's 30. So the perimeter is going to be 10 plus 30 plus 10 plus 30 to get you back to the start, which is 80. So that's what you need to do for that one. 46%, £2.58, 6 marks. That's your method. Excellent. You get your 2 marks for that. You don't get the marks for this because I can't see that you've used the correct method. Let me show you the correct method. You get your compass. You put the compass point on A and you draw part of a circle. It doesn't matter how big. I won't use yours because I don't think that's a curve. So you draw part of a circle like that. You then put your compass point, you don't change the size where the compass crosses the line, and you draw another part of a circle. And where the two cross, the line from A to there gives you the 60 degrees. So your angle is correct. If the question had said using a protractor, draw a 60-degree angle, you'd have got your marks. But in order to get your compass, the 2 marks on this one, I need to see these curves. 2 for the page. Right. So 73 is correct. Okay? But why have you then got 56 plus 73? What you're working, once you know what that angle is there, you're just working in this part of the shape. And you need to know that on that line, those two angles must add up to 180. So your second bit is wrong. You need to do 180 take away 73 to work out what x is. So you get your 1 mark for working out the 73, but then you lose the last 2 for angles on a straight line out to 180. Well done, that is excellent. 6 marks for that. Now then, first 10 going to cost £15, which is correct. Plus £2 per cubic meter after that. So the first thing that you need to do is to find out how much more water they've used. Now if this customer has used X, what you have to do, I'll do it over here, what you have to do is to say, right, well she or he have used X less the original 10. So they've used X cubic meters in total, but the first 10 have already been charged in that 15. So what they've got left, they then multiply by 2, because it's £2 per cubic meter there. So then you can do 2 times X is 2X, 2 times negative 10 is negative 20. So to work out the total bill, it'll be that much plus the first 10 plus the standing charge. So there's only one X bit there, which is the 2X, but then I can simplify this. I got negative 20 and I'm adding 19 to it, which means I end up at negative 1. So you got the 1 mark for working out the first bit, so that's pretty good. 7, 8 for the page. Right, so you got 1678, 1702. You take them out, take them away, and you should get 24, not 22. So you lose that mark. And then out of the 22 or the 24, she's not used 8% of it, she's used 8 cubic meters of it. So what I'm looking for is 8 out of, and then it should be 24 times 100 to get 33.3%. Okay, so your method is wrong and you lose that mark because you're trying to do the right thing, but I don't know, something went wrong. That's good, that's good, and that's good. Is it? Hang on. No, it doesn't, as it does not show any resemblance between them all on the stats and the graph. Any resemblance. Any relationship I'd be looking for there, right, as a word. Now, I don't know. That's going to be down to the opinion of the examiner. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt with that, but I'm not sure whether they would be happy with the word resemblance instead of relationship. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. 5 for the page. £432 in the first year is correct. But what you then have to do, you can't just double it for the second year, okay? Because in the second year, you're not going to be working out 18% of 2,400 because it's not worth that much anymore. Okay, so what you have to do is do the 2,400, take away the 432. Oops, too far. Oh God. Press the right buttons. So at the end of this first year, or the start of the second year, it's not worth 2,400, it's only worth 1968. So then you've got to work out what 18% of 1968 is. Okay, so the total depreciation isn't that times 2, it's that plus that. Which is £786.24. Now, questions like that, sometimes they're subtracting, they're going down, they're depreciating. Sometimes it's interest on a bank account and it's going up. The maths is called compound percentages. If you go onto the topic list in the foundation bit of my website, print off some compound percentages questions and have a practice at them. Because if you can work out 18% of that, it's an easy method to get 4 easy marks. Okay, whereas for that you've only got 1 mark. This is good, impressive, well done, full marks for that. And for this one, that is right, but you don't work out, it's not the difference. You want to see how many times bigger it is. So what you need to do is 0.048 divided by 0.03, which is 1.2, sorry, 1.6, 1.2. Okay, so it's 1.6, which means everything here has to be 1.6 times bigger here. So those aren't right. You need to be multiplying that by 1.6. Alright, so this method is wrong. You're going in the right direction, but there's not enough right there for me to give you any marks, I'm afraid. Total for that, page 4. Okay, Tom, so what was I saying? You were low 60s. I think you should be better than that this time. That's my feeling. 12, 17, 27, 40, 50, 56, 58, 66, 66, 71, 75. Well done, you nailed it. That's a C. That's a safe, guaranteed C. Well done. And when you look back through that paper, you will see marks that you dropped that you shouldn't have dropped as well. So that is really, really good. Well done. Well done. All the hard work's paying off.